All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to show you how to find the volume of cones. But before we do that, it's very important that you know the parts of a cone. So looking at our formula sheet over here to the right in the box, we have what's called an R. And that R that's right here, that's representing your radius. Remember, your radius goes from the center of the circle to the outer edge of your circle. We also have what's called a height. Now your height is going from the peak of the cone to the center of your circle. So that is considered the height, and it forms that 90-degree angle box right here. Then something that you might not be familiar with is this L. This L right here means slant height. And if you notice, this is kind of like on the outer edge of the cone. So that's your slant height. So now that we know the different parts of the cone, we're just going to use this information to help us solve using our formula for volume. So the one thing that I do like to do is I like to write the formula out. Volume equals 1/3 times, that's our pi symbol. I'm just going to keep that as pi, but we know pi to be 3.14. And then we're going to multiply that. And in our problem, it says times the radius. Our radius here is 5 centimeters. So I'm going to multiply 5, and don't forget to square it. And then we're going to multiply times the height. So times our height. Now, if you look here, our height is 12 centimeters. Notice this is the height that we want to use because it's going from the peak of the cone to our center of the circle. And so I'm going to write 12 here. So now all we have to do is plug all of this information in over into Desmos. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we have 1/3, so I'm going to use our fraction bar, and I'm going to write 1/3. And we're going to multiply that, so times pi, which is 3.14, times 5 squared, so times 5, and I'm going to hit the squared key, and then times 12. And when I do that, my answer is 314. So our volume of this particular cone is 314. We want to make sure we include our units. Our units is centimeters. And because it's volume, it's going to be cubed. In other words, how many cubes could you fit in this cone? So 314 centimeters cubed. Notice we did not use the slant height for volume of a cone. That is what we will use for surface area. So just take the different parts of the formula, plug them in just like we did here, and then you can transfer that over to Desmos. It will do all the work for you, and you end up with your final answer.